Hi and welcome back to the Big Prem Podcast in association with oneWAYfootball. Joined here today, always here.
Always.
Never a doubt, is there? There's never a doubt when you're never not here.
I don't leave the room. He just turns the light off and I sit here until next week.
Until next week.
That's it, yeah.
We've been here, it's been 2 weeks now because the international break.
Yeah. Been here 2 weeks.
Did you enjoy the international break? Did you watch any games?
No, didn't watch any. Unless it's the tournament, I don't really care. I don't want to watch England play Andorra. Do you, really?
No.
So.
But then again, did you get a glimpse of Harry Kane's goal?
Yeah. Screamer, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good goal, to be fair. Like, he kind of needs that as well, doesn't he? Like, the little bit of a boost.
Stat padding as well towards breaking Rooney's record.
Yeah, but everybody is like, they're all starting to slate Southgate's like tactics and that, but he's winning games.
Yeah, but it's qualifiers, isn't it? Like, obviously, it's only Poland that we've really played that's got any threat, and then the substitutions for that. He made 0 substitutions that game.
Really?
Lewandowski scored in the 94th, 5th minute or something.
Yeah, and there was like a little bit of a tussle, weren't there, before, like just when half-time came.
Yeah, I don't like him still. I think he did really well in the tournament, like the Euros and that. Like, he showed, like, he can set up well defensively, but I think he's just, the way the game evolves and then the decisions that you have to make in the game, I just don't think he's kind of, maybe he can develop it, but he definitely doesn't have it at the moment.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit of a dinosaur as well with the decision that he made the other night to put Trent Alexander-Arnold in midfield instead of playing him right back. I mean, fair enough. You know, he can pass, he can shoot, he can, you know, do them long balls and stuff like that. But just because he's technically good doesn't mean that he shouldn't play his preferred position.
Yeah.
So it's just one of them in the older generation kind of go, oh, well, he's good at doing this, so let's shot him in midfield. It just doesn't work. So. Yeah,
but heading over to the Premier League, which is back on this weekend, thank God. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it's
not so, thank God.
for Arsenal's sake. I mean, that's a tough game, but we'll get to it anyway. Our first match, actually, because we need to do a review on the weekend games that were before the international break.
Yeah.
And ironically, the first game is Manchester City versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
I went out and watched this game in the pub, and I was like, and it was where I work as well. So I had every fucker come over to me, hugging me, kissing me on the head. It's all right. I think it was after like the second goal, and the worst thing about it was, they have like a betting shop in the bar, and he uses the Bet365. So because of all
that I've been telling you as well.
But because obviously because we live in Gran Canaria, it's all internet, innit, TV. So it's all streamed through internet.
So there's a little bit of a delay.
So the guy that's in the betting shop just went, "Oh, James, look away from the TV now," and I'm like, "Don't even fucking." I hate it when people do that.
Yeah, you were doing that to me during the England international.
Scored.
But do you know what? It must be hard though, do you know, because there's that kind of turn, isn't there, when your team's doing really bad from, obviously, you get the banter for the first few weeks. You've got a shit club, blah, blah. And then it turns into, sorry, mate, because you just can't take the piss anymore.
Oh, no, it's getting ridiculous. I don't really know. Everything seems flat at Arsenal. Even the players that they've brought in, they don't seem to, like, blend in with the team.
I mean, the thing is as well though, like with bringing in quality, obviously when you're improving the squad and you're spending money, then it needs to be quite a step up. I forget the name of your centre back that you brought in.
Ben White.
Yeah, he's not improved the squad. Has he really?
He's been injured. He got injured in the first game.
Yeah, signing for the future maybe, but you know, like if you compare it to obviously who Man U have brought in to sort out their defensive frailties, who Chelsea are chasing, who Man City are chasing and stuff like that, then you can kind of see where the problem stems from, and then obviously you've got the coaching and stuff like that on top of it, don't you? So it's...
I think of it as well, okay, Brentford should have been a win, but we did play Chelsea and City.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all right,
I know, but
if it hadn't been for Leno, that could have been 8-0.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, your team should be hanging out with the big boys, you know? You shouldn't... It's like if when Wenger was there, and obviously you had players like Van Persie and Wilshere and all that sort of stuff, then you would be disappointed to lose even by 1-0 against Man City. Never mind 5. So, it's every time they went forward though, it looked like there was going to be a goal. Obviously, the red card didn't help, but
Xhaka's he's useless, isn't he?
But it was them, the balls over that they were getting in on you. Like your back four just couldn't deal with it. They couldn't organise, and then when they were obviously holding the possession and that, you were sitting way too deep and weren't covering the midfielders. There was no kind of real organisation in there, was there? So,
It's one of them things now. So if he gets a win, obviously it's tomorrow. We've left this really late, by the way. We're actually getting this video out tonight. But if he gets the win, then then they're gonna go, oh well, then it was Chelsea and City, and if he loses, they've got to sack him, haven't they?
Yeah, but it should be where you want the club to be. Do you want the club to be, fighting for the Europa League every season, or do you actually want to be aiming for the top 4? I think that's the question your club should be asking on whether Arteta is good enough for the job. Like, what's the club's aims?
Yeah. So
if you think, we'll drop points against all the top 4 clubs and we'll get Europa next season, and then that's a success, Arteta stays. Yeah. It's not good enough, really, is it?
No, it's not. It's not good enough. And then, there's some Arsenal fans as well going, it's only 3 games. Give him time. He's had 18 months.
Yeah, and in the last 3 seasons, I think it has been some of the biggest spenders in the transfer windows as well. So.
It's bad. But City, they're still looking good. I mean, they're potentially going to be up there as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they're they just churn results out, don't they?
Yeah.
It's only when you sort of see them going against the Chelseas and the Liverpools and stuff like that where you do see them. Yeah. Their frailties a little bit more, but they just chug along, don't they?
But they still need a striker. Do they need a striker? They need a striker in the summer transfer. I mean, they need.
Jesus is
winter, January.
Jesus is meant to be their proper striker, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I'd say they could probably do until January, but I think if they get someone bigger than the leagues, theirs.
Do you reckon? Yeah, because they kind of failed 3 times to get a striker. They were. It was rumours about Messi, then it went Kane, then it went Ronaldo. And they messed up on all 3.
I was actually thinking this, so obviously, except for Kane, but do you think maybe Ronaldo and Messi was using Man City as kind of like a way to engineer better deals at other clubs?
Yeah.
Because I think that with Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo wouldn't have wanted to tarnish his reputation at Man U.
Because City, if they go in for a player, 99% they're going to get that player.
Yeah. But if obviously Ronaldo okays his agent to say, we're in talks with Man City. Yeah. And obviously Man U are going to be like, well, we can't let him go. Let's offer him something ridiculous. So,
moving on to West Ham, Crystal Palace. That was a draw 2-2. West Ham still look good. They're scoring goals. Like every game they've played, they've scored a goal. And they do look, potentially, I wouldn't even rule them out of top 4. They could actually knock someone out of the 4th position this season. I mean, it depends how well they do in Europa League. I don't know if they're going to do well in Europa League. Their first time,
Yeah, that's another thing as well, though, isn't it?
Obviously, they've got
all those extra games to play on top of obviously what a few other clubs don't. So,
but Antonio's looking good, isn't he?
That was his 50th goal in the Premier League. Yeah. That was a blind to that goal. Did you see it? On the bounce kind of volley thing.
Oh, that's good.
And there was Gallagher for Crystal Palace. Did you see him?
No.
He's the one who scored both their goals.
Oh, right,
He got an assist at the very, very end as well. He's a loanee from Chelsea.
Would you put West Ham in maybe top 6 maybe?
Nah. I'd say 7th or 8th for the moment, just because of the extra games from.
Yeah, they might struggle with that. Yeah. Newcastle United took on Southampton. Obviously, that was sorry, I'm missing one out here.
It was like, what is this?
Norwich City took on Leicester City. Leicester won 2-1. This is the ironic thing about it as well. Even though we're on 0 points with Norwich, at least Norwich scored a goal.
It was a penalty though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, but it's.
Do you think they're going to be fighting in relegation this season though? Do you think they're going to struggle?
I think they will, because I remember last time they were actually up, they put up a decent fight. They had 1 or 2 points by now. I'm sure they did. I think they beat someone after they lost against us.
Yeah.
About 3 or 4 years ago now.
Right. Yeah.
So I think they're a little bit weaker than last time.
That was the Norwich Cup, wasn't it?
They came up. What? No.
The Norwich Cup.
What do you mean?
Do you remember? Was it not Klopp's first game or something? And he beat Norwich, and then he made the team do a victory lap or something around the pitch or something like that. And everyone said, well done to Liverpool for winning the Norwich Cup or something like that.
It might have been, I can't remember.
Klopp's an over-exaggeration pumping anyway. He really pumps everyone up.
No, but he wants it to be a team effort, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Including the fans. So.
I remember because he got all the players to go to the away end or something like that, and then he done them a victory lap.
I thought that was Southampton or something.
No, it was Norwich. It's definitely Norwich. Yeah. Newcastle United took on Southampton, another draw there, 2-2. Both teams still looking a bit shoddy.
Weird match, to be honest. I felt like Southampton were the dominating team most of the way through the match.
Do you know who will be a good asset to Newcastle now? Willock. Because he had a good season there anyway. Was it the end of last season?
Yeah. This is what I was going to say though. Newcastle look really uninspired when they're off the ball. They're shit at defending. Yeah. There's no other way to kind of beat around the bush about it. But they've got some really good attackers up front, like Wilson and Maximilian and stuff like that. So they've got they look interesting going forward.
Yeah.
But I think they obviously rely on individual skill a little bit more than their actual tactics and that. But they're just shite at defending. I think if they had some either better defensive.
Do you ever think like Burnley and Newcastle are your pet hate?
No, I've said before I love Newcastle, but they're just not very well run, are they? I love Newcastle and a lot of my friends are Newcastle supporters, but they just ran like fucking shite. There's no other way around it, is there?
And everyone actually thought that they were going to have a good transfer window, didn't they? And just came out of nothing, really.
Who, Newcastle?
Yeah.
The only time you hear about them spending money is when there's whispers about the club being sold. So it makes them obviously look like a little bit better of a prospect for someone to buy it. That's the only other time you hear them spending money. They do good business, because obviously the players that they're getting are decent quality attacking-wise, but that's the only other time you're like, oh, Newcastle are going to spend money. And then at the same time you hear, oh, there's some Qatari family that's planning on buying them, and it's just...
That's always that's Chinese whispers for every club, though. Because,
I know, but I think Newcastle are especially bad for it. I think if you look at their transfer... on the transfer market website...
Yeah.
And you look at, obviously, I think I said this to you before about money invested from owners into the club. So
right, yeah.
I think they're on flat zero in 6 seasons or something. They work purely off their own assets, obviously club ground revenue and TV, stuff like that. They don't get any extra money. But on the flip side, you look at Man City and Man U, who've had over $1 billion invested in them. So,
who is Man City's sponsor?
Sponsor? What do you mean?
Man City, what they have on
the shirt. I can't remember. It's not Qatar, is it? Does it just say Qatar? Oh, Etihad.
Is it Etihad? It is Etihad. Yeah. Is that a company as well? Is it an actual?
It's their company.
It's their company. Yeah. Because obviously you got with Arsenal, it's the Emirates, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's obviously a flight company or.
That has something.
Arabs and Arabs. Yeah. Brighton took on Everton. Everton 2, Brighton 0. But even though saying that, looking at that score, Brighton still look good.
Yeah, that's the curse of Brighton, isn't it? Really good goal chance creation, but fuck all product.
Everton, do you think they'll get top 6? Everton Europe? Are they in Europe? I can't remember if they're in Europe or not.
No, I think they missed out.
Did they just miss out?
They shit the bed at the end of the season, didn't they?
Yeah.
But I don't think Everton are good enough, to be honest.
If Neil's watching this, I'm gonna have to get
what does Neil say about it though? Is he I think we can get? I was gonna do his accent then, but I'm not gonna do it. I think. What does he actually believe they can get into Europe?
I think on the when I did the one-on-one fan talk with him, he said they would he'd probably settle for a 7th or 8th. It was 7th now, that Conference League. So
I mean, look at the stats. Brighton, 66% possession, same amount of shots created as Everton. Is that a team that's going to get into Europe fighting, obviously, mid to lower table relegation teams?
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Aston Villa, Brentford. Brentford again, got a point.
Got a goal, didn't they?
Yeah, they got a goal. It's 1-1, yeah. Did Brentford only had one loss as well, hadn't they? They beat us. Then they drew against Aston Villa, and I think they lost one game. I can't remember it now. But I'm sure they've got 4 points on the board.
Was it two draws and a win now?
Oh, was it?
I'm sure they drew the first one. Because I remember...
No, their first game was against us, and they beat us.
It might have been a draw then. I'm sure it was 1-1, you know.
So they could potentially have 5 points on the board.
Yeah, we'll have to look.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But look at that, 23 shots they had.
Brentford had 23 shots.
Against Villa's 6.
Really?
63% possession, 37%. They're not a team to mess around with.
I know.
The little dangerous bumblebees.
I know, yeah. Yeah, Brentford, man. I reckon that they'd be a team that they'd be happy if they got mid-table anyway this season. If they finish 10th, that's a win for them, isn't it?
I think them staying up is a win. Never mind. Never mind 10th. If it's 10th, then I think they probably overachieved, to be honest, because like looking at the team and that, they do have some good players.
But then saying that, like, would you say that Leeds overachieved last season then? Because they got 9th.
To be honest, I'd say Leeds are probably a weird one where the players overachieved.
Yeah.
But the manager hasn't overachieved. But if you take away the manager from that Leeds team, I think you would see a bigger drop from the players' form. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think they're more dependent on their manager than they are on their players, kind of thing.
Yeah. Liverpool took on Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh God. Now, I said to you, this game, because they had a player sent off, Chelsea did well to keep that point. But then you said, it was the other way round or something like that, weren't it? Or
no, I said when they got that red card, it was at the very end of the second half, right? Chelsea, it's either them or it's like Atletico Madrid maybe or something like that. But they've got like one of the best defensive records in Europe for conceding goals. So they had the whole of the half time to set up defensively and change their tactics and stuff like that. They were happy, obviously they'd already scored that lucky goal, by the way, might have just had, because it was just a flick off the head. So they were defending to keep the points and obviously try and catch us on the break if they could.
To be fair, it wasn't a red card though. It was a penalty.
It was 100% red card. It's the rules of the game. If you block a ball going into the net, it's 100% a red.
With his arm down?
Yeah, no, his arm was like that. It wasn't down. It was like that. It was like that.
I can't remember. It was like that. Like,
still though. He should have moved his fucking arm out of the way, shouldn't he? Yeah. So it was a red card. Obviously, we should have finished better, to be fair. We should have definitely got a goal. But yeah, they had the whole of the half time to change their tactics and set up, and they're a very, very good defensively team, and they've got lots of hard workers in attack as well to kind of get on the break. So
Lukaku's going to be a massive asset for them, isn't he? I mean,
I didn't think he was impressive against us, to be honest, but he had like one like whisper of a shot in the whole match, really. So he was a bit quiet against us.
Maybe he'll create more chances though. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, obviously going against Liverpool's back four is not an easy thing, is it?
No.
So I'd say maybe as the season wears on and that he'll obviously get some bangers, won't he?
So do you think Liverpool get top four, but do you think they'll be contenders this season? Or because now obviously I'm going to get to them, and we are going to get to them, but United now have got Ronaldo and they have no excuse not to win that league now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's okay. So there's speculations on both sides with United because they've got Ronaldo, but some think that he's coming to the end of his career. He still has the physique of a do you know what I mean? A 25-year-old.
He's in better shape than me.
Better shape than me, Jesus. Anyone's better shape than me.
Yeah, I don't think they've got any excuses now. So I hope that piles the pressure on them, to be honest.
Yeah.
But if you watch, like, we're not going on to that game.
No, we'll come to it. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think
you've got Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and City, and I wouldn't even throw Tottenham out the equation now.
I'd say fourth, to be honest.
For Liverpool.
The only reason I'm going to say that is because obviously Firmino's out now at the moment, and we're having this problem with the Brazil players and stuff like that might not be able to play.
Oh yeah, because the whole Brazil.
And this is going to go on over the course of the season, and then on top of that, we're going to lose Mane and Salah because of the African nations.
God, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So I think we're screwed, to be honest. I think we'd be lucky to get fourth now.
That means we're screwed as well.
Them African
we're
players.
Screwed, yeah. Tottenham took on Watford. Tottenham 1-0.
Yeah.
All 3 games, 9 points.
I wish Son hadn't signed such a long contract because I'd love him for Liverpool. To be honest.
Oh yeah, he's a quality player.
I'd say he's like the talisman of Tottenham. To be honest, now.
Yeah.
I'd say Kane obviously he's a brilliant striker and that, but I think Son's their standout player.
Would you put Watford in relegation zone this season?
Yeah.
They're going back down. Would you say yeah?
I mean, I can't remember who they played already in that, but I haven't seen anything super special. It's like obviously when Leeds got through last season and that, you could tell straight away they fitted into the league, and I just don't see that with Watford at the moment. Yeah. And same with Norwich. So
yeah. But Tottenham top of the league. Yeah. That is like
who'd have thunk it?
But Tottenham do this every season, don't they? They battle it out and then come to April, they kind of slip back a bit, don't they?
I think but it's one of them. I think round about Christmas time is when you can kind of see who's going to be where. Can't you? I think this is too early to go, well, Tottenham are winning the league. Obviously, they like to say it.
But. And all their games have been just 1-0, I think. I don't know if the Wolves game was 1-0 or was it 2-0. Can't remember.
We need to get like a thingy so we can quickly flip through so we can remember the facts.
I need to get like little screens in front of us. In time. Look, we've come a long way, to be fair.
We'll have like what's the computer called off Iron Man where you're like, oh, so and so, can you just look that up and it comes up on the fucking
computer? I don't know,
She's got a lady voice. Who knows?
Burnley took on Leeds. That was a draw there, 1-1. Obviously, you've got Leeds in the next game. It's going to be hard for them, I reckon. Do you think Leeds they can scrap maybe a 3-pointer on your game, or do you think it's going to be like a draw or something like that?
I think it'll be close, but I think maybe we edge it personally.
Yeah.
But this is like only purely because of obviously I think we're going to miss Fabinho.
Have you got Burnley in the third round of Carabao Cup?
I can't remember.
I don't know if you've got Burnley or not. You might have.
Who cares? It's only Burnley.
I know, you got Burnley.
But I think I would personally go, oh, well, yeah, we win it if we had Fabinho playing.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll be Henderson, Thiago, and like maybe Curtis Jones will be on midfield. I think we might struggle a little bit more than we normally would.
And the final game, Wolves versus Manchester United. United 1, Wolves 0.
Lucky though. David De Gea with that double save.
Yeah.
Wolves caught them on the break like mad. I think Man U were going to miss not having an out-and-out defensive midfielder. We said it at the start of the season. And Wolves obviously
took advantage of that.
They showed that.
Yeah.
So obviously, I think players like Traore and stuff like that aren't super like clinical when they get these chances. But I think when they come up against teams that can break on them with pace, like obviously Chelsea and Liverpool, I think they might actually struggle without having that player to break up the play. So
Man United though, like we said before, they literally have to do something in this season. Well, they finished second last season, yeah?
Yeah, but not a close second, was it? They were miles behind Man City. So
they definitely just need to show something now.
The thing is, though, last season you had obviously Chelsea going through a little bit of a shit thing. Obviously, they had Lampard, who just wasn't up to scratch. They had good signings in, and then they showed some decency at the end. But obviously, Man U were already in front by then. And then, obviously, Liverpool had a shocker with injuries. Tottenham were going through some crazy shit as well. So, I think they were lucky to get second purely because of all the other teams around them were doing so bad. So, I wouldn't say second for them would even be stapled on. But yeah, I don't think they've got a reason not to win it. If they can win it, this has got to be the season, hasn't it?
I mean, the big news is the Ronaldo thing coming to them is like massive for them. It's their son has returned home.
But they're already stats.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Attack.
Yeah,
the place they needed to improve was that place where Matic in it.
So is that just a commercial move in your eyes, like for Ronaldo coming back?
I mean, you can't doubt the guy's going to score some absolute bangers, isn't he? And like
in the first week, he sold the most shirts, didn't he, or something like that in history?
I just want to watch the queue for the penalties as well. They've got every fucker on.
You know what's going to happen, right? Yeah, you know what's going to happen. Right, penalty. Fernandez is going to stroll up, pick the ball up, and then Ronaldo's just going to go, cheers, mate.
The best is going to be the free kicks, because he likes to take the free kicks as well, but he's fucking shite. So I'll be happy if he takes all their free kicks, because he won't fucking score one all season.
I mean, for the Premier League, it's good having Ronaldo back. Yeah. Because I can't actually wait to watch him. Do you know what I mean? Like, because he's just...
That's why I was a little bit disappointed Messi didn't go to Man City, because imagine how good this season would be. Obviously, you've got all the best managers in the world, pretty much in the league, and then them two...
Via one.
Yeah. But, yeah, they ain't got a reason. Really, obviously, as I said about the defensive mid, but
come to the end of this season though, they are going to turn into Banter FC if they don't do anything. I think even like silverware this season, if they don't even pick anything up.
Do you not think though, like you'd be happy them keeping Ollie at the wheel?
Yeah.
Either way though, I want him to stay.
That's like us at the moment, Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? Everyone, I think, wants Arteta now to stay because he's just banter, isn't he? Like, you know.
That's what I mean. If Man U weren't dropping these absolute millions on these crazy good signings, then where would Ollie be?
Yeah.
Where would he be?
But the Glazers?
Yeah.
A lot of the fans still want them out though, don't they? Even though they've made all these good signings.
Yeah, but they're more like they're very good commercial businessmen, aren't they? Like they know how to kind of set up advertisements and stuff like that. When it comes to actual like investments into the club, they don't really put a lot in. They take a lot out because obviously Man U is such a big commercial success. They can kind of remove from it, rather than put back in. So, and they make some stupid decisions as well, because I think they've got like before they brought in the Department of Football last season, they were the people that were pulling the triggers on the signings. So obviously they're like, oh, who's the highest rated on FIFA? Oh, Fernandez gets to a 90 rating next season, we'll get him in. That's like what they were doing.
Oh my God. You might as well just play FIFA.
No, that's pretty much it. It's like, oh, my son said he gets pretty good on FIFA, let's get him
in. Brilliant. So they were the last games that had just gone. Out the window you go. And now, you're going to be quite happy with this.
All right.
Because it is the return of Football Fail of the Week.
Run VT.
Football Fail of the Week.
I've got a sister that I can hook up with that's pretty cute when you get home. You get home in 2 months. Oh, she's cute.
I'm going to BYU.
Are you serious? That's awesome. She's so cute. She's 19. She's 19.
Yeah, I'm almost 23.
Oh, there you go. Are you even No. She looks like younger and skinnier. Yeah.
Okay, bravo.
Where was the ref? Do you know the people when you watch the Sunday League matches?
Yeah.
Ref. Not a single person.
It was funny though.
The first bit was a foul, and should have stopped there.
There was about like 10 fouls after, like.
Crazy.
Oh, you gotta love Sunday League football.
Or Burnley versus Brentford or something like that.
Yeah.
Could be the same match. You never know.
Burnley. Right, so it has come to that time where we do our predictions. You're gonna hate me for this because I don't know.
Oh.
I have not had any time to go through
You're meant
these.
to be the host.
I know.
And you're meant to have all this shit organised so I can turn up and chat crap and then...
I know. I mean, look, the whiteboard's still got last season's all
season's,
things on it. Like, I need to change all that. I need to change it.
Why did... On the embarrassment table, why is Arsenal second? I could have swore they won it.
Yeah, they did, but do you remember because the Super Six got all won, didn't it? So like, yeah.
Well, they still should be first though.
They are first because if you look,
I know, but you've wrote Leicester first.
Yeah, because what I did is I put it in the order of what actual points they got, and then I was going to say, but the Super Six they all had a point on. That's why it says Arsenal 4 or 5. Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out.
I mean, oh my God, they're going to get platinum this year probably. Arsenal.
Runaway winners.
Right. Okay. So the Big Prem predictions. Yes. Roll VT. Yeah. So I will get to it where I look through every video that we've done so far, and I'll get all the points down. Right, Crystal Palace versus Tottenham. As you're the guest, I shall let you go first.
Guest? I'm here every week.
Oh yeah. Sorry, as you're the side man.
That's even worse.
Oh,
I'd
okay.
rather just say guest. Yeah, 1-1.
Do you ever watch the Sidemen?
No, what's
on
that?
YouTube?
Is that KSI?
KSI and all that.
Yeah, I don't like any.
They do like a £1,000 versus like £100 like birthdays and that.
I think I'm like an old person where I just don't like watching influencers or YouTubers.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. It's ironic that I'm on a YouTube channel. But
right. Okay. So what are you gonna go then? Crystal Palace, Tottenham.
1-1.
1-1, yeah.
1-1, yeah.
Okay, I shall go. I'm going to go for an upset. 1-0 Palace.
Oh, you just couldn't bring yourself to do it, could you?
Because they've had like 3 wins on the trot.
Yeah.
I've like, now you need to kind of. And obviously, Savi's not here with us. And he would have gone
6-0.
6-0 Palace, yeah. Southampton versus West Ham. That's going to be a tricky one, I think. I'm going to go 2-2. Another draw for West Ham.
I'm going to say 2-1 to Southampton because I felt they were good out last time. They were a bit unlucky.
2-1 Southampton. Yeah. Okay. Watford versus Wolves. Oh my God, there's like a fly in here.
No, he's been.
And he's attacking us.
I'm going to say 1-0 to Watford. They might just nick it, get a point eventually, you know.
And I'm going to go 2-0 Wolves.
It depends how oiled up Traore is, doesn't it? Really.
It's like throw a bucket over him, like at the beginning of the game, like.
Submerge him.
I would hate to be the guy that has to do that to him, like, you know, because everyone must be looking at him.
I bet the guy who does it doesn't mind being the guy who has to do it, because it's probably his idea. Oh, Traore, you need a bit of oil.
Yeah. What is it off of the In-Betweeners where is it Pedo Pete or something like? The teacher walks in and goes, "Quick rub down before sleep."
Yeah, it'd be him.
Okay, so moving on, Arsenal versus Norwich.
Ooh.
I know, yeah. Oh God, I want to say a win. I'm gonna say. I think they might go out all guns blazing for this and go 3-0.
Yeah, keep Arteta in the job.
Yeah, but then in the back of my head, I think it might be like a draw.
Yeah, maybe Norwich come in like confident because they know obviously that he's on bad form, so like, oh, we can beat these.
Yeah, I know, it's just it's our mate.
Sabi.
It's filling in. Okay, so what are you going for that then?
I'm going to say 3-2 to Arsenal. Yeah, I reckon there's going to be goals and that.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough game. Both teams, they need 3 points on the board, and Man United versus Newcastle United, the return of Ronaldo. I don't think he'll start that game though. I think he'll come on as a sub.
I mean, you can't go, oh, well, he's not fit enough, can you? The guy's going to... He trained on the plane over, probably.
What I'm saying is, they usually, when they bring back like a big name like that, they always bring him on as a sub so they get a round of applause and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
But it's Ronaldo.
Yeah. I think he will just bring brought on as a sub. I can't see him starting.
Well, I'm going to say... I might just post a shocker here and say...
1-0 Newcastle.
Yeah, 1-0 Newcastle.
Really?
I'll say maybe they get a cheeky goal in, they get Ronaldo to try and do it, but he's just too slow. I doubt it'll happen like that.
Yeah, I think...
Let's go for it,
I think I'll go for a 3-0 win that as well. There. For I was about to say Newcastle, no, Manchester United, yeah. I was about to say United, but...
They're both.
Both Uniteds. Leicester take on Manchester City. Oh, can I just say as well, someone in the studio that prints this off, they need to get new ink. We can't work in these conditions anymore. You know, this season's meant to be good for us. We're down a man.
The font size changes halfway through as well.
I know, yeah.
It's shocking.
What's his name? Jim Canaway.
Is that who does it? No.
We'll have to get him back on the show at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, the idea that we had. Yes, to do the weather one, yes. Okay, everyone's going, what are they going on about? Weather and stuff. Leicester take on Manchester City. I will say... See, now this is going to be a hard one because obviously City want revenge from the Community Shield.
Vardy's been on pretty good form as well, though, hasn't he?
Oh, God, wow. I might go 0-0 for that.
Yeah?
0-0. Goalless game. And I think they're just... Might end up being like one of them games that's just boring.
I'm going to say 3-1 City.
3-1 City, yeah. I'm looking at my predictions and they're nowhere near as good as what last season's were. I've gone kind of a bit wild.
You did good last season.
Brentford versus Brighton.
Ooh, I'm going to say 1-0 to Brighton.
Yeah, I would have gone that. I'm going to go 2-0. 2-1 to Brighton. Chelsea take on Aston Villa, and I will go 2-0 Chelsea.
I was going to say the same. I'm going to say 3-1 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea. Leeds United versus Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. I had that in my head already.
2-1 Liverpool. Yeah. So I think that's going to be a tough game.
I mean, they didn't look very clinical last game, Leeds, I felt. Neither did we, but I think we've got better attacking ability. And they play suicide ball, don't they, where they don't really have that.
I'm going to go 5-1 Liverpool.
Really? Oh.
That's what the last one was, wasn't it? Was it? Do you know? Was it the first game?
3-1.
Was it? No. It was like you scored like 5 and they scored 2 or something, wasn't it? Or
yeah, it might
was something like that.
I can't remember. I've got the memory of a goldfish. Me.
Everton take on Burnley. This.
Who's going to win that? Where is it? Everton 1-11.
See, when I seen that picture, I was going, "Oh look, it's just, no one comes out."
Like they both don't turn up and they lose 3-0 each.
If you were to say which one you hate the most, who is it going to be?
Everton.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Because I was like, when we said that, I said, like Everton is like your annoying little brother, and Burnley might be like.
Yeah, but it's like your annoying little brother who wants to break your ankles as well. So it's not like annoying.
So you're gonna go 2-0 Everton? What did you say?
1-0 Everton. 1-0, yeah.
Okay.
They've got to get some points, haven't they, in the season? So.
Who, Everton? Yeah. Everton won the last game.
Yeah, I know, but how many points is that then? 3.
3, yeah.
Good for them.
I'm gonna go 1-1. So that is our predictions. If you've got any predictions of your own and you'd like to put them in the comments, please do. I'd like to see some people put their own comments down there. We never get hardly any comments, to be fair.
We get
I reckon people on like the watch the videos, they just skip to the bit they want to watch, and then like they miss like
end.
Yeah. When we're going do. Let's look at them. What knobs they look like today, like. Yeah. Right, it's come to the end of the show, but before we do, we have to pick an embarrassment of the week. So, run VT. Yes, so before we finish the show, we have to pick an embarrassment of the week. I've lost a bit of paper now. I don't really think it matters, to be fair. Burnley.
Now I'm going to go Arsenal.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sabi?
Yeah. Should I wait. You know what? No, what do you think, Sabi? Pause. I just have like some crickets going in the background.
No, just record them and put it in. You fucking wankers. Stay away from me.
Yeah, he'd be out on the balcony now, wouldn't he?
From the jacuzzi off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be Arsenal.
It has.
You know, they weren't even... How many shots did we get? Like, I think it was like...
0. It was 0. Do you want me to double check? I'll tell you. So you're right fucking now.
Oh, God. I mean, that's an embarrassment in itself, isn't it? Like, 0 shots.
So, I mean, obviously, it's Man City. So, but you're the Invincibles, you know? You're the Thierry Henry.
He wasn't playing, though.
No, but I'm saying it's the club history, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where you were and where you are now is a bit embarrassing. Yeah, you had 1 shot all match, but it wasn't on target. Look, 1 shot, 0 on target.
Figures. Like, yep. So sadly, Arsenal, you are embarrassment of the week. I would like to see as well.
Is that you guys running away with embarrassment of the week? So
I think we've had it 3 times, maybe 3 times already. Oh, we've done 3 shows, isn't it? Is it the third episode?
So, yeah, runaway winners. You only had 4 last season.
Oh my God! Good thing Sabi isn't here, to be fair.
He'd be tearing his hair.
Yeah. I actually, if Sabi can't make it next week, I'm gonna have to get a guest on and bring back Whose Hair Is That then?
Do it.
Because I missed that little mini game. Didn't you? Whose Hair Is That then? I missed that little game though.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one we used to do? Whose Hair Is That, or What's He Doing There?
Yeah.
What's he doing there? What's he doing there?
What's he doing there?
That's all we got time for on the Big Prem Podcast. Don't forget to smash us a like. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Boom. Down here. Do you like my little figurines, by the way? Little oneWAYfootball figurines.
Oh, yeah. What kits are they meant to be?
They're not. They're oneWAYfootball kits.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Looks a bit like a Man U kit, that red one.
I know, yeah. But that's our colours, isn't it? You know.
Not very keen on that one, James.
What's that one then? I thought that one looked like Dublin.
That looks like the Liverpool kit when we won the Champions League.
Or the Wolves one, the away one.
Yeah.
I'm
happy with that one though. That one's alright.
Yeah.
That's alright by my books. Not that shitty one.
Next week I'm going to put that one there. And see if you notice.
I'll set it on fire. I'll bring a lighter in.
Right, so thank you for joining us on this podcast. We shall see you next week. Obviously, we're running a bit late this week. Next week, we will get the video out a lot sooner. Obviously, this video's got to go out tonight. And then if anyone wakes up in the morning, what are you doing? It's a ballerina.
A little toe pointed down, isn't it? There you go.
From me and Adam, it's been a pleasure, never a chore. Thank you very much, mate. From us in the studio at oneWAYfootball, it's peace up, A-Town.
Boop, beep, boop, beep. Can't do it with your fucking
OneWAYfootball.